Hi friends, welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. Today I'm participating in the What Would You Make challenge. I'll let you know more about that in a few minutes. But first of all, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Brenda and this is my Oliver. And we are so happy you stopped by today. If you're returning, we appreciate you guys so much. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting. Okay, here's DIY number 1. So for this DIY, I'm going to use this buffalo check vinyl. I believe I got that from Dollar Tree. Some miscellaneous floral Christmas picks. This was a candle ring from Hobby Lobby. I took all the pieces off of it. And then these letters from Hobby Lobby, they were $1.99 each, but I believe they were 40% off of that. Then some of these 5-gallon paint stir stick tops that I had in my stash, and then four of those 5-gallon paint stir sticks, and then my hazelnut and cashew colors in Waverly chalk paint. So I started off by cutting the top parts of those 5-gallon stir sticks off and then painted them with my hazelnut color. Once they were dry, I'm taking a tumbling tower block and I am just using it as a spacer to make sure that my planks are the right distance apart from each other. And then once I have this done, I'm going to take the smaller pieces that I had, I cut them down some and I painted them as well. And I'm just going to use them here to attach those planks together, and I'm going to end up using my wood glue and my hot glue to get them attached. Now this is a Hobby Lobby dupe. I was at Hobby Lobby the other day and I saw this sign from Hobby Lobby and I loved it. And normally it was $39.99, but 60% off, which still was brought it to 16 something. And I knew I could make it for less. And you guys, I know that this was less than $10. I'd say probably around $8, maybe at the most to make. So after I had it all attached, I took my cashew and I am just going to brush it on, just kind of do some heavy distressing. Theirs was pretty much like this as well. So I'm just going to distress around the whole front of my palette here, as well as the parts that were connecting them. Then I traced out the J and the Y onto the back of that vinyl. And once I had it all traced out, I'm just going to use my scissors and cut each one of those out. It moved on me. I had to get it repositioned. I hate it when that happens. And then after I have it all cut out, I'm just going to adhere them to the front, or adhere that vinyl to the front of each piece, just like you see me doing right here. Now, normally I would have painted them like a red color, but it ended up being okay. I didn't need that. So then I took this wood glue and my hot glue, and I'm going to attach the Y right onto the board, and I had already attached the J. And now I have the candle ring there to kind of, so I knew where to place everything. But then once I had the letters glued on, I took my picks. This is a cedar pick from Hobby Lobby I got earlier this season, and I'm just attaching, there was some floral wire around that candle ring, so I'm just attaching my florals right into all of those, the wire there. So once I have this done, then I'm going to take some of this, I can't remember what it said. I think the pic just said greenery, like Christmas greenery or something. This came from Dollar Tree last year. I think I saw it this year as well. It's kind of got a little silver to it, but I added some of that all around just to kind of make it full. And then I got this pic from Walmart. It has all these berries, and I'm just adding the berries to it. And then I'm going to make a bow and add that to the top. Now, the sign at Hobby Lobby, they had two different ones. They had one with the buffalo check letters, and they had one that had kind of a creamy off-white color letters. And I almost made those, but I really loved the buffalo check. So I decided to do this one as well. Anyways, just a side note. So here I am just making a finger bow with some of this gift trim that's basically ribbon from Walmart. I got that this year, I believe. And then I'm just going to hot glue that to the top of my wreath here. Then I'm just going to take some jute cord or rope and twine, whatever you want to call it. I tied knots on the ends and hot glued them to the back. And there it is. Oh, I love the way this came out. You'll have to let me know what you think about this one as well. Okay, so this is the What Would You Make challenge. It's hosted every month by my sweet friends Zaina at OK at Home and Connie with Connie's Creative Creations. And this month's guest host is Shelly with Repurposed My Way. So make sure you check out their channels, show them some love, and then check out the playlist to get all kinds of inspiration for DIYs made with wood. So here's DIY number 2. So with this DIY, I am going to use some of these stickers that come from Dollar Tree. This fabric, I believe I got last year from Walmart. I'm going to use 2 of these Dollar Tree Christmas trees, wood trees. And then this Mod Podge. I actually don't use that Mod Podge. I use my fabric Mod Podge. So I'm going to start off by using my T-square ruler thing here. And I am going to I'm marking the center of my tree. And then I'm going to get my box cutter and I am going to cut this tree in half. And I'm just doing this on one of the trees, but I just score it. And I really only had to go, I think like 3 times I had to go through it all together. It goes through really easily and it doesn't take much pressure at all. And like I said, I only went through it about 3 times and then it came apart. So once I have this all done, which should be about the next round here, I am going to, oh my goodness, there we go. Maybe I should have sped it up. Anyways, I'm going to trace out some fabric. Now I'm going to do 2 for each piece that I cut and then 2 for the full one because I want the fabric on both sides of each piece. So once I had them all traced out, then I cut them out. And then I took my little heat press here and I'm just giving each of the pieces of material a good ironing. That way you don't have any wrinkles that show up and everything fits nicely. Then I took my fabric Mod Podge and I am going to go all the way around the front of the tree and add my material, and then I'm going to add Mod Podge on top of that as well. And I did that with all pieces, and then once they were dry I did the back side as well. If you're new here, I want to say welcome. Again, my name is Brenda and I am really happy you are here today. And I really hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you do, I would ask that you would hit that red subscribe button before you go. Become part of our YouTube family. I'd love to have you join. If you'd like, you can always let me know in the comments that you're new here. I love to get to know my subscribers. And also, I do upload videos every Monday night at 5 p.m. Central Time. But I do also like to participate during the week in different challenges and playlists. So if you hit that notification bell and set it to all, that you should be notified whenever I upload a video. And then make sure you guys all know that drill. If you could give me that thumbs up and comment, that way YouTube knows that you like my video and it will push it out there for others to see. Okay, so as you can see, I am just covering the front with the Mod Podge, like I said, and then I just continue on with all the other pieces doing the same thing. Then once they were all dry, you can see that one piece was coming off, but that's okay because I knew I was going to make it work. So I put hot glue all the way down the cut pieces and I'm gluing it to the full piece, just like you see there. And I just added a little hot glue on that top part that was coming off. Once I had it all together, I took some of this fuzzy yarn. I got this from Walmart, but you can get some at Dollar Tree if you can find it. Sometimes they have it. Hobby Lobby has it. You can pretty much find it anywhere that has yarn. And I'm just going to hot glue this all the way around my tree. I even went around the bottom and I just kind of went just on every edge. I went all the way around it. I kind of thought about doing something different. I was thinking about making holes on the sides and adding jingle bells. But when I saw this fabric in my stash, I decided to go a different route. And I love the way this came out. So once I had that all covered, I took 4 tumbling tower blocks and I hot glued them side to side. And then I'm going to wrap them with some more of that fabric. And I'm just going around the edge so the edge is covered. And then I go around the top, not the bottom, just the top. I just put some hot glue and just kind of go and make lines with my yarn here and just cover that all up. And then once I have this all covered, this is going to be the base to my tree because it was just a little wobbly. So I wanted it to be firm. So that's why I'm just going to glue it onto that base. And that gave it a lot more stability. And then I just took some of these stickers and I'm just placing them all around on the tree there on the fabric. One thing to note I was going to mention, now I can't remember what it was. Hopefully it comes back to me. Oh my goodness. Oh, I did put some hot glue along the seam of it because it still felt like it would give it or take or move a little. So I put it on this edge where it's connected all the way up and down. And then I took 2 of those snowflakes and I put them together. I was kind of playing around and I couldn't get them apart, so I decided to use them as the top instead of a star. So there it is. I really love how this came out. I just think it is so stinking adorable. You'll have to let me know what you think about this one as well. Okay, if you would like to follow me on social media where I upload more of my personal life, you can find the links to my accounts in my description box below. Okay, here's DIY number 3. Oh, okay. I love this one too. This one I took some vinyl and I found these decals off of Cricut Design Space and printed them out. And then I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paints in the color crimson and ink. And then I'm going to use one of these 14-inch wood rounds that comes from Hobby Lobby. And when you get them on sale because it's a great deal. So I painted it with my ink. And then once it's dry, I'm going to take my decal here and I am going to place them onto that wood round. And here I'm just kind of trying to measure to make sure this is where I want it. And I'm just going to burnish it on just like you see. And then pull off my transfer tape. And then I'm going to add the second piece, which is Merry Christmas. Now, this piece here was actually 3 pieces that I kind of connected together, but they're all in Cricut Design Space. And then this Merry Christmas was in Cricut Design Space. So once I had them on there, I'm going to take my crimson color and I'm going to paint everything with that crimson red. I'm even painting over the vinyl. Now, I've seen other people do this on TikTok and I thought, that looks really interesting. I think I'm going to try it. And I think this is really cool the way it came out. So once I have this all painted on, I'm going to stop here in a moment, and it was all dry. Then I started pulling off the vinyl, and you can see the vinyl. It's a little hard to see. It might be a little hard to see for you guys, but when it's in front of you, it's pretty easy to see where the vinyl is. And you just start pulling and it starts pulling everything up. And there you go. There it is. So it shows the black in the background, which I absolutely love. So then I took some of these picks. The frosted ones came off of that candle ring that I used on the joy sign. From Dollar Tree. No, sorry, Hobby Lobby. And then these green ones came from Dollar Tree. They're like a pack of 6 and they're really good. I'm really was surprised that Dollar Tree had those and I think that they're amazing. I hope they continue to carry those for like next year. Then I took this poinsettia. I took the little alligator clip that was on the back. I took that off and I'm just using a zip tie and I'm going to string it through that flower as well as the greenery and just connecting all pieces together. And then I clipped off that zip tie piece and then hot glued it to the top. Then I took some of these snowflakes came from Walmart in their like mini tree section. And I'm just cutting out the little ornament hanger piece and then hot gluing them onto my board. And then I'm going to take some buffalo check ribbon from Dollar Tree, the black kind. And I'm sorry it's out of frame, but I just made a hanger with it. And there it is. I really love the way this one came out too. It's almost kind of got a Victorian look, but you have to let me know what you think about it as well. Okay, it's a time for a celebration of your recreations, and I received this from Jane. She's been busy at work. These are all so adorable. Thank you so much for sharing these, Jane. And then we have Patty. Oh my goodness, these are so cute. I just love them. Great job, ladies. And if you have a creation or recreation that you would like for me to showcase, you can send me pictures to my email address that's listed there, or through Instagram or Facebook Messenger, and I would be more than happy to showcase them for you. Okay, so DIY number 4. This one is going to be a little bit different, you guys. I saw this last year on Pinterest, and I knew I wanted to make this as a tier tray, but it took me a while to convince my husband that we could do it. So what we did is we actually used 4 1-inch dowels from Hobby Lobby and 2 3/4-inch dowels. I took some plywood. I did not use those wood shelves from Dollar Tree. I thought we were going to, but we ended up using just plywood. And when we cut down, this is the first base for the first tier. The base part is 11 by 7/8 inch squared. The posts were 12 inches long with a 9-degree miter and bevel cut. And the top posts that we create for it are going to be 8 inches long. 2 of them were 8 inches long and 2 of them were 6.5 inches long. So you'll see on the next one. So what he did was he used some hot glue to tack those on so that he could get the measurements for everything and get it all straight. And then he took it out to the garage and he used his brad nailer to nail it all together. Now, the reason why I'm doing this so differently is because we weren't sure of the sizes, the cuts, the angles. We were all just trial and error as we were going. And I have to give my husband all the credit because really it was my idea. We talked it all over. We kind of went back and forth on how to do it, but it was really him who did most of this stuff. So for the second tier there, the base is 9 1/4 inch square. The posts were 8 inches long with a 12-degree miter and bevel cut on the ends. And then the top posts for it were 5 inches. 2 of them were 5 inches and 2 were 5 5/8. And so he did the same thing with those. And as you can see, this is the bottom piece. It was the second piece wasn't sitting flat, so we just cut some craft sticks there and just used wood glue to attach those, and then it sits flat perfectly now. And then the third tier, the base part is 6 3/4 inch square. The posts were 5 inches long with a 15-degree miter and bevel cut on the ends. And then the top piece was just a regular piece of plywood that was 3 1/4 inch square that we put on the top. And again, those dowels were 1 inch. The dowels, like on the top of that piece there, those dowels were the 3/4. The dowels for the leg part, those were the 1/4. So once he had them all together, I took my antique wax here and I'm brushing it all on each one, top, bottom, inside, outside, everywhere I could see. And then once I had it all brushed on, I just took some paper towels and wiped off all the excess and then let it dry. Now, the great thing about these things, you guys, is they are stackable. So we don't have them all 3 connected together because I wanted to be able to take it apart for easier storage after Christmas. And he even had a great idea that we could keep this and take the, the very top piece, he drilled a little hole in it for a dowel so that we could attach the star to it. And he's like, you could even attach a windmill at the top. And I'm like, oh my goodness, you're right. We could. And he could keep it all year long. I don't know if I will or not, but it is a good idea. We might try it out. But I just love the idea that this is stackable. And anyways, I just love all of this. So I took this star from Dollar Tree and I painted it with that gold metallic paint. And once I had it painted on both sides and then completely dry, I'm going to connect it to the dowel. Now the dowel was about 6.5 inches long. And then I'm just going to use some super glue here. I marked where I wanted the top of the dowel to go. And then I'm just going all the way down with some super glue. And then I'm going to attach that dowel to the star, and I'm going to use my accelerant here to spray it. And that accelerant just causes it to hold quicker. So you only have to hold it for like 10 seconds. And then it's done. It's ready to go. So I know this is a weird way. This is what it looks like if you stack it. I know this was a weird way of showing it. If you have any questions, you can more than happy to email me, and I'd be happy to answer any of your questions. I will have these dimensions in my description box. There it is in my kitchen with all my tier tray stuff on it. I just love it. I love the way it looks. I'm so glad, so thankful that my husband agreed to do this, to just give it a try. I kept telling him if there's a will, there's a way, because he kept saying we couldn't do it. And look, I think he was really just as proud of himself as I was as proud of him for doing it. So I absolutely love this. Again, you could make it. I'll have the link to the Pinterest one in my description box as well, so you can read that if you want to make it the regular size, which was about 4 feet. This with the star is right around 3 feet. Without the star and the dowel, it's about 29 inches tall. So anyways, so here's the final reveal of everything. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. And again, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button before you go. I'd appreciate it. And then don't forget to hit the like button and comment. And then make sure you watch the playlist and our hosts' channels. Make sure you check them out. And with all that being said, you guys, I will be back again on Thursday for another video. I've only got maybe 3 more Christmas videos. I'm getting so sad. I don't want it to be over, but oh well. Anyways, so with all that, you guys have a blessed week, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.